It's such a joy to be here with you this morning. One of the characteristics of young people is the energy that we exude. So are we ready? Can you make some noise? Awesome. With the whole of my heart, I'd like to celebrate Dr. Femi. I think he's a unique human being. Don't you think so? Can we thank God for him and his wonderful team that have put all of this together? God bless you. God bless you. And I'm glad for what God is doing with you. And I salute all of these wonderful people that are here to facilitate, friends from far and friends from near. Okay, I'm just going to be sharing with you a few key things that I believe are important for us in our relationship with God. Can you take the next slide, please? About relationship with God, about relationship with people generally, and then a bit about relationship with technology, and then we'll try to wrap it all up some point. Okay, next slide. There's this saying that life is a gift that will be accounted for, so you have to use it wisely. Say that when you say life is a gift that will be accounted for, so use it wisely. Yes, God has given us the privilege to live, the privilege to, it's a privilege to be around today. It's a privilege to wake up this morning. That is a gift from God. And at the end of our lives, we will all give an account to Him for how we spent our days, how we spent our weeks, our months, our years. And so you want to be deliberate about life. You want to be sure that you're doing the right things and that you're working in line with God's plan and purpose for your life. So let me talk to you, the person sitting next to you. Say, use life wisely. Say, before you turn 18, you must become wise. All right, very important. Let's go to the next slide then. So first things first, for us as people, what's the single most critical thing that we must get right about life? And the answer is those three-letter words. It's that three-letter word that I have on the screen there. It's God. It's God. If there's anything we must get right, if there's any relationship that's the most crucial for us as people, it has to be our relationship with God. There's a man called the preacher in the scriptures. Next slide, please. His name is Solomon. So Solomon had this saying in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Solomon says, remember your Creator in the days of your youth. It says, before the days of trouble come and the years approach, when you will say, I find no pleasure in them. It says, you must remember your Creator in the days of your youth. This is the time to open up our hearts to a relationship with God. Now, the fact of the matter is, the older you become, the busier life becomes. Now, some of us can actually tell you, if we could go back to our teenage years, oh, what a difference it would be for us. So, if I had someone tell me some of the things you've started hearing already, or the things I'm sharing with you right now, the chances are that I'll be so much better than I am today. That things will be so much better for me. So it's very important that we get it right now. It's very important that we get this relationship and take it seriously. I'm one of those persons who gave my life to Christ when I was 16 years old. And for me, leading up to that time, I'd become very rebellious. I had this heavy punk up in my hair, and at one point I started using earrings, and my mom could not believe the kind of son she was raising, and she just didn't really know what to do with me. Until I had an encounter with Jesus, and that was life-changing for me. Coming to know God personally was what transformed me. Before that time, let me tell you a little bit of this. Before that time, I was a clown, an NFA. What does NFA mean? All right. So I was an NFA. By the time I wrote my WAEC in 1992, out of 50 objectives in mathematics, I could only answer about 5. Okay, but thank God it was objective, so it was easy to tick, mini, or what do you, EJ, Yeah, you got that. Now, by the time I got to the theory part, those days it was 10 theoretical questions. I could only answer one, and it was pie chart. And I thought maybe because it looked like meat pie or, so I didn't forget pie. But every other thing for me was blank. Life was about playing rap music, a bit of Fuji at some point, trying to attend a party, you pull your shirt and you're trying to bounce as if something's wrong with your leg. Trying to get a girlfriend and feel like you're in town. And then gradually we started selling things. You steal things from home and sell. And the plan ultimately at that time was to be able to steal mercury from the transformer. As we understand, you'll be able to make a lot of money that way quickly. So you see, it was a fast track to death. Because if you get electrocuted at the transformer, before your mom comes to discover you, will have been looking like you were barbecued. Now, and that was the life I lived. That was the path I was on. And you come into an exam and you have failed before you even left the place. And God did an amazing thing in my life. Coming to know Jesus transformed me. Getting to know him as a teenager was the beginning of change in my life. And so, by the time I was going to write my exams again in 1993, I sat down in that same mathematics class, and before I left, I knew I had passed. Because I knew it. I had read, I understood it. My mind, I used to think I couldn't know maths. And I know some of you are like that. You just believe maths is very difficult. No. There's nothing you cannot understand if you really set your heart to it. And what the beginning point for me was knowing Jesus as my Lord and Savior. That was what turned my life around. And he helped my mind. He helped me with a bit of sanity. I was able to sit down in class and write notes. I don't know why we don't like writing notes, but do you know that after I got born again, that's what I know. You can actually sit down and listen. And it was life transforming for me, because when you give a life to Christ, it's not just a salvation of responding to an altar call. It's a complete change of life. It's a complete change of life. And that for me was my deliverance. That for me was the beginning of a change for me. And by the grace of God, I went to the university and I studied banking and finance. And then I graduated and I worked with First Bank, worked with Guarantee Trust Bank before I came into full-time ministry. And so the same thing that I thought I could not handle mathematics, I started handling figures, okay? And so I needed to know that God makes the difference in our lives. God is the one that turns our lives right side up. And if you give him a chance, you will be shocked at what God will do with you. Help me look at that neighbor again, say, it's time to know God. Yes, it's time to know God. Next slide. Next slide, it's time to know God. Now, as we walk with God, there's something critical I want to just point out to you. As we walk with God, sometimes you need to stand alone. Sometimes you need to stand alone. Listen, it's easier to do things when everybody's doing it. Okay, but there are times when nobody else wants to do it. You have to make up your mind, even if none of your friends will serve God, that I will serve God. Say that, say, I will serve God. I will serve God. So it doesn't matter what's happening around me, it doesn't matter who is serving him or who is not serving him. You want to make up your mind that I will serve God and I will live my life for him. And that is a very powerful thing that you need to take note of. Next slide. It's also, I want to talk to you also about the power of quiet time. Say the power of quiet time. Now, what do I mean? Quiet time is the time alone with God. There's a saying that Christianity in secret is what? Is the secret of Christianity. In other words, it's what you do when you're by yourself that really counts. It's not so much of what everybody sees, but when you come back home and you have your own space, the things you do by your bedside, the things you do when nobody else is looking at you, that's what really matters, and that's what you should pay attention to. All right. Okay, let me move off here. Next slide. Let's talk about the relationship with people. Relationship with people. The person to your right and to the person to your left are examples of people that you will meet every day. Okay, I don't know if Dr. Frick asked all of us to shake hands with the person sitting next to you, but it's as simple as you just turning to your side, give that person a smile and shake their hand and say, I'm glad you're sitting beside me. You see, as simple as that is, we're beginning to do something very important. That's how relationships start. That's how it is. Okay? And let me tell you this. Listen. Every blessing in your life will come through people. Say with me, say, every blessing in my life will come through people. Yes, every blessing in your life will come through people. So it's very important how we treat people. We must learn to treat people well. Next slide. So watch this. What to be like with people. Number one, we must be sociable. Someone say sociable. What does that mean? It means you must be friendly. You must be open-hearted. It's okay to shake hands. It's okay to say hello to someone. It's okay to just be nice. I'll tell you something that I discovered, especially more with girls. Okay, I discovered that if you open the door into a small room, let's say the room had 5 chairs there, and ladies come into the room one by one. As the girls come in, each of them can sit down and not say anything to anybody. They just sit down, and then the next person that comes in, she'll size out from her head. Oh, see her hair, she's wearing Brazilian. No, she's wearing beret. Oh no, see her shoes, she's wearing this. And then, oh, see her shirt. Oh, it's fine. She even has rings. Oh, this. Then the third person, the fourth person. That's typically. And you could put them in that same room for 30 minutes and none of them will talk to each other. But most times, if you put 5 guys in a room, as the first person enters, the guy just say, hey, guy, Afa. Someone will come say, guy, Afa. So, what's happening here now? You know, you just, before you know it, they're talking about Ronaldo, somebody's arguing about Chelsea, and then guys can be more sociable than ladies. So that's why ladies have to consciously make efforts to reach out to other people, to just, it's okay to say hello. And let me help you, because one of the reasons why ladies have problems is because of this word respect. Don't say respect. Usually they are the ones that say, if I'm older than you, I can use O for me. You know, see? And then when they want to greet you, they want to know if they should use air or O. So you see, it's all that problem of sizing up that gets us into trouble. But it doesn't matter. You can use it, well, not all of us are speaking anyway, but you can use air for anybody. It does not reduce you. Hello? Okay. But now, critical on that word respect. You heard when Dr. Sheffield was saying that earlier, when he mentioned word respect, I was just saying, Lord, let him not go beyond this note. Otherwise, by the time I get to people who say, I just copied this note. You know. Now, it's very critical. One of the greatest complaints you will hear about teenagers is that teenagers are disrespectful. That teenagers, you just hear, oh, teenagers are disrespectful. When you see elderly people, they don't know how to greet. When you greet them, they can't put their mouth and answer. When they see a teacher that is disrespectful, it's one of those complaints you hear again and again and again. But hear me, it does not have to be like that. It does not have to be like that. You can be different. You can learn this. For every culture, there is a basic level of respect that's required. Now, if you're Yoruba boy, you understand the place of prostrating, or at least bending. Bend. If you're before 18, there's nothing wrong with your back. To just bend or curtsy. It's okay. It's okay to do it. It's okay to learn to do it. And whatever tribe you're from, if you understand the basic respect, do it. Now, let me say something to you. I want you to catch something here. Have you noticed that in Africa, because I'm talking to us as Africans now, typically when you see an elderly woman coming and a lady goes on her knees, what does the woman say? How are you, my dear? You see, what comes from her is not just, well, you see, I'm not talking about teachers, because teachers are in different classes. I'm talking about generally speaking. When you respect people, what comes from them to you is a blessing. What comes from them to you is good wish. When you respect people, their hearts will bless you. When you're disrespectful, you put yourself in a position where you don't get all that you're supposed to get. Someone say, be respectful. We must be sociable, we must be respectful. Number 3, you must be helpful. Someone say helpful. Now that's the second second greatest complaints you hear about teenagers. They say teenagers can be so useless. They don't want to do anything. Wash plates, they will grumble. Clean the house, they will sweep it badly. What else? Iron clothes, they will make you miserable. Tidy your bed, they will do it as if one hand is paying them. You just see, the issue is they don't want to do anything. But that's not you. Someone say I'm useful. Yes, you are. You want to apply yourself everywhere you go. You want to do something to make other people's lives better. If you are asked to do something, do it and do it beyond that which is expected to make yourself useful. Now, let me tell you a little story, and I'll get out of that point right now. But in the Bible, there's a man called David. Now, David was a teenage boy, about 17 years of age, when the entire family business was committed to his hands. He was the one who took care of the entire sheep of the family. I hope your dad can leave you home alone, and when they come back, everything will still be okay. Okay? I hope your mom can leave you in her shop, and when she comes back, half of her money will not have disappeared. Okay? So you get where I'm going to with that. Yeah? So it's very important that we and now before you turn 18, it's time to learn to be useful. Use discretion. Don't just wait for them to tell you to do things before you do it. If you notice there's someone around you that needs a bit of attention, apply yourself to it. Someone say, yes, sir. Okay, good. Now let's talk about a few things to avoid quickly then. On the other side, with relationships with other people, we must avoid destructive. Someone say destructive relationships. People who teach you to do bad things. Proverbs 1:10 says, my son, if sinners entice you, consent thou not. Don't go with bad people. Don't follow people who are taking drugs. People who are into cultism. Don't go into cultism. Don't go into drugs. Don't go into prostitution. Now those things don't help. I'm yet to meet anyone. Everybody listen to me for a minute. I'm yet to meet anyone who is a successful person who has destructive people around them. At the end of the day, when you hang around destructive people, they will end up destroying you. It says, he that walks with the wise will be wise, but the companion of fools will be destroyed. Number 2, avoid burdensome relationships. Burdensome, what do I mean? Relationships that keep demanding from you to do things. Now, around here, this is one of the reasons why it does not make sense to me that I have a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old who has a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It does not make sense. I'm asking, okay, my little 16-year-old, when are you going to get married? I'm not talking about marriage, we are just friends. Okay, so what do these kind of friends do? They say they kiss sometimes. They have finished you before you started. You know how it is that everybody gets excited about oranges and all those things because they look nice? Have you ever seen anyone who, after he sucked orange, he kept it in a glass and he kept it in his house? And then when he came back, he said, I drank that orange that was very sweet, so I kept it there. What did they do? So, if you let somebody take advantage of you after sucking you, what will they do? And some of you have been sucked already. But hear me. The last person that sucked you is the last person that sucked you. Say amen to that. From now on, it does not matter what has been before now. It matters what you do from this point on. Okay? Listen. Let me ask you a question. So, I'm 16 years old. I'm in I'm in SS2, SS3. Already at 16, I'm behind. If by 16 I'm in SS2, I'm already running late. You guys are getting really quiet. Because there are 16-year-olds in 200 level already. But if you go according to the standards, so let's say 16, fine, you're in SS2. If 16, but you all agree if you're 16 and in SS3, you're really running late, isn't it? Okay, so now you're 16 and you're in SS3, and then you have 2 girlfriends. Okay, let me leave that one. The next thing that you should avoid are unhealthy rivalry. What did I call it? Unhealthy rivalry. What does that mean? Don't try to be like Dr. Freak. I mean, sorry, Dr. Freak said so. He said that was a joke. So hear me. Unhealthy rivalry is you're trying to do better than somebody at all costs. So you have a friend who bought a white socks. When you get home, your mother is in trouble. Mommy, I must get a white socks. You have a friend who has a nice wristwatch. Your father is in trouble because he has it. And then you will do anything you can. Now you can't compete with with somebody else because you're not necessarily going the same direction and you're not necessarily following the same plan. And listen to me. If my mom works as a trader in Albany Market and my dad is a cab driver and I am in SS2, God has helped me. So I don't have any business competing with a boy whose father is a lecturer and whose mom is a minister or a commissioner in your state. We don't have the same money. So I am grateful to God that I'm making progress and I should be grateful. I should not look at somebody else and say, you are here, that's a white girl. You know, and then you're complaining, you're whining, you're bugging everybody down because you're always looking at somebody who you think is doing better than you. Now, for the record, the fact that somebody has more money does not make the person better. Hello? I said hello? So don't run a rat race. Don't live your life for somebody else. Let's go forward. Next slide. Relationship with technology. Now let's talk about relationship with technology. If you have a mobile phone, let me see your hands up. Okay, good. If you have an iPad, a notepad, an Android device, let me see your hands up. Okay, if you have a laptop, let me see your hands up. Fantastic. Now, see. Next slide. Let's talk about the upside of technology. What are the beautiful things about technology? Anybody help me? Come on, guys, help me. I have some 5 more minutes to go. Yes, please. Fast communication. Excellent. Yes. It makes everything easier and faster. Yes. It's convenient. Pause. Now I'm telling you 4 things that we've heard. I want to show you something. The first person said it is fast communication. Fantastic. Second person said it makes things easier. The third person said it's for research. And the fourth person said it is convenient. Some say, what's the first one again? Thank you. Some say communication. Say easier. Say research. Say convenient. Now, do you know that the first real idea behind giving you technology at your age is more of number 3 than the first 2? It's more of research. It's more of education. But you see, when we think of mobile phones, we think of iPad, we think of laptops, the first thing that comes is, now I can chat. You see, so what you think of first is social and not education. Now, I'm not saying social is bad, no. But I'm saying that's the reason why we don't use it for the most important thing. To dig things out, to know. Your mobile device is a mobile encyclopedia. It's a world of information. But what do? We text, we chat, we spend the entire day doing those things, and we don't even do any research. Think about that. And this is supposed to help us. It's supposed to give you a cutting edge. It's supposed to give you an advantage if you use it for the right reasons. Okay? If you use it for the right reasons. So it's powerful that we can call people up, we can connect with people, and we can do all of those things. So we must take advantage of it. It is convenient, it is fast. I just want you to see in that order that only one person was even talking about research or reading or finding things out, because we are, first of all, when we think of mobile devices, the first thought is, let me talk. But I'm thinking it costs money to talk. How much of it are you making? Anyways, just you guys stay with me. Are you here? Yes. So the device is a very beautiful tool. We must use it for the right things. We must be able to get down into education. We must be able to get down into research. We should be able to connect with people and make our world different. Okay, next slide. Let me move from there. The downside then. Any downside for technology? Can anybody help me? Any downside? Fraud. That person must be a banker or something.
Nice, that's interesting. Yeah. Fraud, yeah. Anybody else? Indecent exposures. Fantastic. Yes, please. Pornography. Yes, please. Sorry? Mass destruction. Ah, that sounds like an atomic physics something. But not bad. Piracy. Okay. So let me wrap it this way to you. Number one downside, it makes people antisocial. Number one, antisocial. So today, it's possible that we have everybody come together, and like I said, for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, we will not talk to each other, everybody's on their phone. So now, more and more people are finding it difficult to interact face to face because they would rather do it by technology. It makes people antisocial. Number two, it's a big distraction. Some people are failed now because of technology. The reason they are failing is because they've watched every episode of something on, instead of reading, they will watch, they will chat, they know more about everything on that social media apart from what's in their notebook. Distraction. Number three, it makes people more ungodly. There are people, when they wake up in the morning, they fight instead of quiet time. When they wake up, the first thing is phone. Hey, as Wale sent me a message, you are supposed to you know all those pop-ups. Someone say pop-up. All the pop-ups, all the alerts, it's an idea to get you going down. Then addictions. Somebody mentioned pornography and all that. Now let me tell you this. It's been discovered that pornographic addiction is as bad as addiction to cocaine. It's as bad. It kills brain cells. So if you know anybody who likes pornography, the person is shutting down the cells of their brain gradually. It makes people dull. That's what pornography does. It makes people dull. Okay? And then, of course, let me say this, and then and listen. One of those ladies said, indecent exposure. Let me put it this way. Everything you write on the internet will stay on the internet. So, my amazing lady here will tell you, now when you're looking for a job, they will search your name. So if you take a nude picture and you put it there, it will bring it out. If you abuse the president and all the ministers in Nigeria, it will be there. So before you type anything on the internet, think about it. One of these days you will need it to. Okay? And wise employers will just do a little random check. And then there are people who've lost their jobs because of the comments they put Friday night. They came Monday morning and they were fired. So before you just say, oh, I have the world now, and then you need to be wise about it. You need to use it right. And finally, there's a new bucket list of what to do before you get turned 18. 1, accept Jesus as Lord. 2, preach to somebody and lead somebody to Jesus. 3, get admission to a high institution. 4, learn a skill. Know how to bow, how to take photographs, do something, learn something skillful. 4, make money. It's okay if you can bow. You know, we have guys in 100 level, they will bow and collect your 10 naira those days. Okay, so make some money and understand how money is made and how money is invested. Thank God we have some investment people here. Get a grip on your life. Don't just do anything and everything. Understand purpose. And finally, be a blessing to your world. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you.